Yeah.
I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me today.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Yeah. Yeah, really, really grateful actually for the invitation. Yeah, so yeah, we're very happy to be here talking with you today.
I wanted to ask about the recording process this time around. How did it go for you?
Oh, well, most of the instruments were recorded like in our home studio, and for all the vocals, we went to Barcelona and we were recording with Isra Ramos. He used to sing for Avalanche and Grace, and well, it was amazing to have the opportunity to be there with him. And then, well, we sent all our tracks to Mega. He has worked with bands like the Unity, Metallium. He mixed everything. We were really amazed. We were really pleased with the result. And the last step was the mastering. Jacob Hansen was in charge of it. And again, we think he did a wonderful job. We were delighted with the result. That's all I can say.
And I wanted to ask you about the track "Purple and Green." It's my favorite track on the album. I wanted to ask how that song came to you.
Well, that song, it was Diego, the other guitarist, who wrote it, and it talks about the Joker. Yeah, maybe right.
Yes.
The Batman character, and well, it just deals with the topic of madness and the origin of this villain, and how he develops like his personality. And how he gets to that point. I think it's really interesting the way it delves into madness and insanity and all that. And well, I guess the sound of the song, the guitar riffs, they shape this feeling of madness around the song. I think it fits the lyrics perfectly, to be honest. Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you about the title track. Did the title track come before the working title, or was the title already a working title for you?
Well, it's hard to say. Yeah, I mean, the title track was one of the first songs we composed for this album, and that was like before, like by the end of 2019, a few years ago. Then with the pandemic and all the ongoing wars and the current situation, we thought it was a good title for the album. And I also have the feeling that the album reflects this attitude somehow in most of the songs. Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, you released a couple of videos from the album. I wanted to ask you, how did they go for you?
The videos.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, all right. We contacted Winner Horse, like the video producers, and we explained like the ideas we had in mind. For instance, for Not Over, Herbie was singing, so it was impossible for him to come to the studio. So we had to come up with a solution, to have Herbie on the video and make it look natural somehow. And I think he managed to do it. And yeah, and then for the other video, it came out a few days ago under One Sound. We just wanted like to find like a post-apocalyptic setting in which we could talk about like the last metalheads. So we traveled to some kind of more before, and yeah, I think it fitted our purpose, to be honest. Yeah, so yeah, we were really happy with the videos. Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you, who's responsible for the album artwork?
For the artwork, that was Felipe Machado. He's a Colombian artist. He has worked with bands like Blind Guardian, for instance. Yeah, and well, it took him some time, but we were, yeah, absolutely pleased with the result. I think the cover really illustrates what we had in mind perfectly. So I think it's really powerful, really, yeah, really nice work he did.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask you, what's the next step for the band? What can fans look for next?
We're currently working on closing some tour dates. We have like the first concerts for the end of the year in the following weeks. It is our intention to be touring around Europe in the following months, if it's possible, and if we can, find a moment which suits all of us, because that can be a bit complicated, but that's like the plan in the following months for the band. Where we will also try to find some festivals for next summer. And well, in the meantime, we will possibly continue writing songs, because it's something we really enjoy doing. So.
And I wanted to ask you as well, how did we get here? How did the band become a reality?
Whoa, that's a hard one. I can't really tell. We just, you get together with some people that you get on well with them. You think it's something that flows. I would say, when we just, I mean, like the first conversations. I would say the objective was not as clear as it is now. It was just having fun, writing songs, and well, just let us see where it takes us. And then little by little, we found, or we started seeing that we were really things were working out, and that's what I can say. I mean. Yeah, I think we just let ourselves go, and that's how we got here. Yeah.
And I think one of the things that shows in your music is that there's a great chemistry amongst everybody.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, well, we tried to make like all the parts work for everybody. Well, maybe except for the drummer, but this this thing, you know how these things go. Now, well, when we were writing all the lines, like all the vocal lines, all the guitar riffs, all the solos, the melodies, the bass lines, we wanted to do something that everybody would feel comfortable with, and at the same time something that was really well, worth it, worth listening to. So maybe that's the reason why, as you suggested, things sound like quite, we have this, this connection.
Unity.
Yeah, this, that's right. Yeah. Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you personally, how did your musical journey begin? At what age did you start?
Well, I think it was like 14 years old. I started playing guitar at school. It was classical guitar back then. Not because I wanted to learn classical guitar, but because it was what the school offered. So I thought, well, let's start playing this. Then I was 1 year there. I spent 1 year. Then I got an electric guitar. I started attending lessons. I spent quite a few years attending lessons and trying to learn some theory that could help me improve my, well, my writing skills and my playing skills too. Yeah, and well, I suppose that's it. That's it. Yeah, in the last years, I've also been trying to learn other instruments, but well, it didn't work out so nicely, I'd say. Yeah.
And when you were being taught guitar, what do you feel has been the best advice that has been given to you along your journey?
Well, one of the first things was about, I mean, the way that's like a very personal thing, but the way I used to hold the pick, because it was like basically the wrong way to do it, and that was very, very helpful for me. And then also the idea of trying to learn. I think trying to learn a theory is more important than people usually think. It really helped me. That's what one of my teachers said. Said that it was also something to take into account when you are playing metal and when you are playing other styles. And I'm really grateful for that advice, because it is true that well, over time I've really I have the feeling I've learned to explore new areas and go and take my solos and my riffs a bit farther.
And what is the best way to get a physical copy of the album and any merchandise that you have?
Okay, we're preparing all that for the following. I suppose it will be ready in the following days. You have the pre-order on the website, like Art Gates Records, which is like uh, and well, I'd say nowadays that's the best way to get it. Yeah.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what would that message be?
Well, to the fans, you said, sorry.
Yes, to your fans.
That we've been working really hard on this album. We made an enormous effort in all aspects. We think we've taken like our songs and our performances to a next level. I'm pretty certain that if they enjoyed the first albums and the music we've been doing, they are going to love this album, because we feel we have the feeling it's amazing. We did a really good job, and we are delighted with the result, as I mentioned before. So yeah, just go listen to the singles on October the 11th. Listen to the album. I'm sure you're going to love it. That would be the message.
And I wanted to take a moment to thank you, because I thoroughly agree that this is your best album, and I enjoyed it from top to bottom. It made me want to go back into your catalog and check it out.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, that's the best thing that you can say about our album. Yeah, where we hope you really you and the people who listen to it really enjoy it, and we hope they can come to the concerts. We hope we can tour as far as possible, and yeah, well, let's see what happens.
Well, thank you, my friend, for taking time to speak with me. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, my friend.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for the invitation. It was a pleasure for us to share our time with you. And well, I hope we see you soon.
Absolutely. And you have a great rest of your day, my friend.
All right, the same.
All right, take care, my friend. Cheers.
Take care, bro. Cheers. See you.